They like the chaos.
They like the chaos. So when you're able to
chaos,
let that chaos reign with
chaos,
let that chaos reign with
chaos,
let that chaos reign with
must reign.
What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? Today, and welcome to the Chaos Reign Show. I am Chaos Reign. I apologize for the brief introduction. As you know, this is one of them videos or streams that you want to put to bed or to the side. As you know, my good friend Jay Shine did health work covering this from what I remember. You can go back to the channel for that type of video. And one thing I've noticed from my understanding, right, is that when young women, black women in particular, lose their lives, right, it's ironic that they decide to go outside the group to dabble, to play around, to have intercourse with other races of men. And the outcome with a lot of ladies, especially black women that do it, is not really the same like black men when they go out, date out, and have this fun with other groups of women overall. And the purpose and the understanding of things is this, that you cannot sleep your way back to respect. Hell, you can't sleep yourself out of oppression, to be honest. So what do you look forward to? Well, you're going to have to, compete with other women, compete internally to get a real outcome. So now what we'll do, we'll run some videos and we'll make the decision ourselves of the outcome of this man spilling the tea on Ashlee Janae. No further ado, let's begin. Make sure you turn mics up loud, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Let's begin. Let's see. We'll start with this. Let's go.
Like hunters searching for meat, white meat, there's bitter and heat. It doesn't matter where it comes from, as long as it's white and it could be young or old. It really doesn't matter as long as it's white and available. Those babes so desperate for a whitey. No black man stands a chance. Oh, if you're black, nothing for you. But if you're white, there's something for you. In the world, white is right, but black is wrong. If you're black, nothing for you. If you're white, there's plenty for you. Desperate babes on the prowl, in search of a white man. The white man, white man, white man, white man, in search of a whitey. A whitey, whitey, a whitey, whitey. Some of them are desperate. Ooh, so desperate, just to hook a whitey to marry. It could be
Ashlee Janae crashed out because she couldn't have a magical mixed race baby, or to be more specific, a magical mixed race daughter according to the white man. That's what he said on this blog where he gets candid about he and Ashlee Janae's fake relationship. This is all coming from the white man, so we don't know if this is true or not, as it sounds like an alibi. Let's go over his side of the story. This is the story of two women who lived in the same body, Ashlee Janae, the meticulously curated, viral social media influencer, and Ashley Robinson, the deeply private soul who carried a lifetime of hidden trauma.
And as you know, you see the text message, a lot of things. And let's be clear. Ashlee Janae is not no saint. She, like many women, did show promise. The only promise, or the only problem I find that a lot of women like this that go outside a group is they're looking for a salvation savior for her mental or issues she's suffering internally. And no group of men especially other group men, you're going to suck and fuck to fix that. I'm sorry to tell you, ladies, you're going to have to do the shadow work. You're going to have to go to a therapist. You're going to have to do some soul searching to fix your unmet traumas that you're going through in your own life. So that's the message I'm going to give. Let's keep going.
Ashlee Janae was the divestor and Ashley Robinson was her conscious. Their story began in September 2024 in Singapore. Joe McCann claimed he was attending a launch party for a deal he secured with Iggy Azalea. He was behind a DJ booth and Ashley, working as a talent coordinator, tapped him on the shoulder to ask if he could change the music. His response was a simple no. Iggy says something different here. In her own words, she said she was not a client of his and everyone stopped doing business with him in 2024, so his story is very convenient. The year people stopped dealing with him is the same year he met wannabe soft life influencer Ashlee Janae. But to continue, a few days later he and Ashley, they connected on Twitter. By November, they were on their first date in Miami. But someone that knew her on Reddit said they actually met in Miami while she was working the pole. She was a stripper. So the white man is trying to clean his current image. Let's keep going. Halfway through dinner, Ashley secretly texted her best friend, "We're getting married." Here's the text he provided showing so. She told her friend she was getting married. It looks like the white man wrote this text, but let's continue. Look at the screen. Remember how this Reddit post said they had 2 engagements? This was right after the news of her passing, so I believe this Reddit post over the not-so-credible white man. But the white man does confirm they had 2 proposals. To the outside world, Joe proposed to Ashley on April 3, 2026, during her 31st birthday trip to Tanzania. It was a viral masterpiece. Set at Serval Wildlife, Joe down on one knee in front of a massive lion. Ashley had hyper-optimized the post using ChatGPT, and the internet exploded with congratulations. But that proposal was for Ashlee Janae, the public persona. The real proposal happened weeks earlier, an absolute secret, on March 27th. After a Dallas Mavericks game, in the quiet, unglamorous space of their walk-in closet, Joe asked her if she wanted to try the ring on. Ashley burst into tears, repeating, "It's perfect. It's perfect." She never took that ring off. This looks like a hotel room, not a house he owned. The photos look staged, but divestors live a life of lies. And this is the photo he put up, showing the metadata to prove he fake proposed in April for social media clout. Behind the blinding light of the Tanzanian safari, a dark shadow had already begun to envelop Ashley. For months, the couple had planned a family. Ashley desperately wanted a baby girl, using ChatGPT to predict eye colors and plan the perfect timeline to conceive. But in January 2026, a doctor delivered a devastating blow. She might never be able to carry a child. The news broke her. Now this is what she wrote on her Twitter. She was desperate to have a mixed-race baby since her single-digit years. So the white man said she was using ChatGPT to see the probability in her and the white man having a mixed girl with blue eyes. She then went crazy when she found out she wouldn't be able to carry a child. Why not get a surrogate? Remember, the white man is supposedly rich.
A quick pause, just to add on to this. Everybody would wonder why, when we talk about black folks, right? Who is more receptible, like really receptible to really go out and have mixed children with a different phenotype from the hair to the eyes? Is no other than black women. And we all know because we see them conversation about, they want children that look less like them because they hate what they see in the mirror. They talk about black men as biggest haters, but say, wait, black man has to sit there and have intercourse with black women, but black women is not really in the business having intercourse with a good portion of black men. So, and hence, you're going outside the group to have artificial black people, meaning you want children that are biologically not like you, but some other, a hybrid version, some that is less black, from the skin tone to the eye color to the goddamn hair. And really, hair is a big deal because a lot of black women, they really want hair to be straight and grow very fast. And with their own hair, which they don't allow it to grow because they constantly put chemicals and fake hair, it's impossible for them to achieve this. So what's the second best thing? Well, I'm just going to change my genetics and get my children to have these outcomes. That's fine and dandy, but there's a consequence when you do that. By doing that, your children's going to be less black. So, at the end of the day, women are not really foresight. They know what they're doing, but they're not really that bright. Just saying. All right, let's keep going. Let's go. Make sure you like the stream and like the video. Let's go.
Then came the snowboarding trip to Bend, Oregon on March 12th. Joe noticed an abrupt, terrifying shift in her behavior. She became unrecognizable, screaming over minor things and threatening to end the relationship. On March 13th, she fell and hit her head on a rock. Despite wearing a helmet, she suffered a severe concussion. She refused medical attention, spending the following days complaining of profound dizziness and short-term memory loss. Unbeknownst to Joe at the time, Ashlee was already retreating into a very dark place. These are the text messages she supposedly sent him showing that she was dizzy and apologizing for not updating him, but weren't they on the same trip? Why do they speak to each other as if they weren't on the same trip? Why does he not know where she is going? Just read the text messages. Her texts are in the black and his are in the blue. Why would he let a dizzy person drive alone in the snow? Think about that. Joe writes, during the trip to Bend, Oregon, Ashlee began exhibiting severe, uncharacteristic panic attacks and public outbursts, prompting Joe to physically distance himself to defuse the situations. In one terrifying escalation on a rural highway, Ashlee attempted to open the car door while Joe was driving at high speeds. After he safely pulled over, she walked a mile on foot before taking an Uber back to their lodging. When Joe arrived back at the house, he found Ashlee standing barefoot in the driveway, where she began violently throwing snowboarding equipment across the yard before throwing a snowboarding helmet at point-blank range, striking him directly in the face. This is the picture he posted. Notice how white and ashy he made her feet. He also writes, from there, she went outside and began to walk into traffic while threatening to commit suicide by being run over. I pleaded with her to get out of the road and got her to come back inside, after which I left the house to create physical distance between us so the situation could stabilize. She called and texted her mother, Yolanda Andres. She texted her divester mom, the same mom she used to fight with. The same divester mom that treated her like shit. Here's what he wrote. Ashlee texted him to break up with him, then a few minutes later, she says she was scared that she was not going to be able to have a magical mixed-race baby with him for the reason of her outburst. To speed this up, here he writes that Ashlee's behavior got worse. She was chain-smoking and started drinking wine in the morning. The white man supposedly did not recognize her. So they were in Zanzibar and the white man provides text from the period of time she was alive. They were arguing though text and the white man.
And one thing to keep in mind, the excessive use of drugs, that's a sure tell sign that there's a lot of mental illness right there. When you as a woman using excessive drugs to cope of your inner traumas, your psychological traumas, excessive smoking, excessive drinking heavy liquor, particularly red liquor, heavy liquor. And a lot of women they don't drink little sweet liquor. They drink heavy liquor. Like I don't know if it's some wet or the Don Julio, them brown bottle drinks, they will you up. So these are tell signs of a woman that's going through something as old as she is. Sad. Let's keep going.
Man in the blue is making it seem like she was the abusive one. Here are more texts showing him as the victim and hoodrat Ashlee, in the black, speaking very proper, telling him she would rather speak on person or on the phone. So he couldn't just call her then and there? Why does he have to text everything?
Let the DM sit here for like 2 weeks now, 3 weeks now, and y'all are still going. Death threats. People threatening to beat me the fuck up. Which, number one, you wish. Number two, how is that changing whether you have to put food in your refrigerator, food on your table, Pampers on your baby's back, and a roof over your head? How does what I do change any of that for you? It doesn't.
Here is a text from her mom, the white man supposedly received. Her mom saying that she won't answer the phone. This is all coming from a white man who is throwing Ashlee Janae and her divester mom under the bus. Here are a few more texts where the white man says Ashlee Janae was exhibiting signs of self-deletion. The white man is making himself look like the victim and protecting himself from ever being prosecuted for her death. You can read the rest of the blog in the link in the description. Everything you saw came from Joe McCann. Even in death, the white man is throwing dirt on the divester's name. He made her out to be a monster who went crazy because she couldn't have the magical mixed race baby. The white man is still clout chasing on social media. He made sure to shout out Joe Budden on his Instagram. Look at his new Instagram name. He has been making posts throwing Ashlee Janae's divester mom under the bus. He says every man she dated was abusive and dysfunctional. She has a lot of childhood trauma and reposted these posts from Twitter confirming so.
My darkness different, you know. I don't know, I feel like my darkness is I like some type of darkness. My darkness go with our smartness, you know. Holy sex back.
The man got away with murder, allegedly. Why is he talking so much now, all of a sudden? He confirmed two things. The social media soft life is fake, and the second things is, divestors behind the act are miserable. This white man ran to a TMZ blog to let everyone know that Ashlee Janae was fake, had issues, was abusive and psychotic. Links are in the description.
Yeah. And the strange thing about all this is they pushing this like they dating out, that they have a soft life, because they play in the psychology and immaturity and ignorance of a lot of black women. For those that don't know, I'm not down with it. I think if you're a woman that has some intelligence and is really looking deeper in when you see these type of content, to repeat the game. But I'm not really having faith in a lot of women, because a lot of women are not really that bright. They're really dumb. Because no how you could be fooled to really believe that this woman that was supposed to be 31, think this man that's like maybe nearly half her age, possibly. I think he's like 15-year difference, 16 difference, and think that this is some type of relation that's going far. I mean, you gotta be delusional, very delusional. All right, that's it for that video. Next video, we're gonna look at the what do they call it? The so-called McCann's tweets. Let's go.
TMZ reports officials in Tanzania have officially ruled it a suicide, and their investigation is complete. The 31-year-old fashion maven died in April while vacationing with her fiancé, crypto hedge fund founder Joe McCann, who proposed during their lavish trip. But not long after that blissful moment, Ashlee was found unconscious in her villa and pronounced dead. TMZ reporting at the time, the couple got into a blowout fight that was so severe, hotel staff had to separate them into different rooms. Ashlee's family released a lengthy statement after she died, confirming an active investigation into her suspicious passing. As for Joe, it's worth noting he was never charged with any crime, nor was he ever named a suspect. He broke his silence on May 5th with a tribute to his late fiancée. Quote, "There are no adequate words to describe the total devastation, emptiness, and shock I feel after losing my best friend, confidant, confidant and fiance. Ashlee was an angel who shined her light on everyone fortunate enough to be in her presence. There is no way to fill the unfillable void left by Ashlee's passing, and no way to make sense of this unfathomable loss.
Diabolical white man. Joe McCann allegedly sends Ashlee Janae to the lower room, then throws shit on her grave and is blaming her mom while trying to get rich off of Ashlee Janae's death. So much for the soft life if you are going to take a dirt nap for the rest of your life. Joe McCann is doing a media tour, clout chasing off of Ashlee Janae's death while telling the world she was crazy, psycho, and had a lot of mental issues. Even Joe Budden had to tell him to leave him alone. Joe McCann is out here being a chatty patty and mentioning rappers' names for publicity. This is what he posted on his Instagram and made sure to tag Joe Budden in his post. Watch the screen. Here's where he lets everyone know that Ashlee Janae was desperate to have a mixed baby. Look at his post. He said she wanted a daughter, but he had a vasectomy. Read the post and we will point out the lie.
All right, one thing before this continues, because y'all guys gonna have a hard time seeing this, so I might have to read some. Because y'all guys gonna be all right. Let's check in my mic, make sure everything good. I'm gonna read you some of the people's feedback on this to make it fair. I have to pull up. Give me 1 second. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. I'm trying to give me 1 moment, guys. I'm trying to pull it up. Where is it? Okay, is this my tweet? No, it's the next one. All right, this is the one, and I'm going to look at my screen now for this one. These are a little bit smaller to read. I think this is his IG. So if I do this, let's see, no, let's do this. And he kind of limit the chat for some reason. I don't know why that is. Oh, wow. He got like a lot of comments. Yeah, I might as well share it. Let's see if I can zoom. Can I zoom in? Let's see if this zooms in. All right. I'm going to share screen and read some of the comments so you guys can see for yourselves. Share screen. All right. Let me take a look at my end, see how it looks. You guys might not say something because you're not gonna be able to see this. All right, let's see. Yeah, that looks big enough. That does look a little big enough. Hold on. Let me do this. Make sure everything is center. Yeah, y'all should be able to read that. Okay, I should have made this big screen, but oh well. We can't always be beggars. Okay, let's zoom in one more time. Let's zoom in one more time. There we go. I think that's good enough. Y'all should be able to see it. As you can tell, these are the comments on here on Mr. Metcalf's page. One woman writes, Jenny, wow, now why in the hell didn't Yolanda tell the news that she was suffering when they asked? I was wondering why they weren't pushing for the CCTV or why they don't go to the hotel. The man answers, I could tell during the interview that when they all wore white, she knew something. Couldn't tell by her impression. Also, I had a feeling that family knew they were engaged prior. When asked if they met Joe and know about the engagement, they said yes, we met him. They didn't answer the question about the engagement. Small details like that had made me thinking. I feel so bad that they use this situation as a cash grab instead of bringing awareness. I don't know if the mother, well, you know, the father, in my opinion, fought to seek answers more than the mother, in my opinion. Because you can tell the mother and the daughter didn't really have a good relationship. That I believe. And let me see if there's any other. I cannot. And she says she's spot on. After everyone's railing around the family, it felt disappointing that the media and by extension the supporters were completely shut out of the funeral. So many people care deeply and want to pay their respect, yet we didn't even get to see the videos or glimpse of the service. It left a lot, and I can see the video of someone that either got the life ticket or they take over life. So there's no way hell they're gonna put that on media. So I don't know what the hell she's asking for. That's stupid. And she responds, if they really wanted justice, they would have let TMC in the further push her story out from there. It shows that maybe they aren't really seeking justice like that. Damn, they're taking on her. See, the white man is God, people. I don't care what anybody tell me. All I do is put out say she's crazy, she's nuts. It's not on me. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. Exactly so. Disappointing. This woman believes this white man. Wow. Exactly. I'm wishing peace, healing, and confront everyone to effect. These are pure black women, people. These are black women. Yes, they are. This woman, who's this? Her family was well. Her family, as well as many others, owe you an apology. Sorry for your loss. You are one of the only people, if not only. Oh my God! Wow. The white man is God. Yeah, I wish I had a day with Carol. I'm gonna start running that skit every time I find this information, just to remind y'all. Now I'm not taking Metcalf as he's an innocent dude. I don't think this man is innocent personally, because think about it. You went out the country to do this, and really, when you go outside America, they're not gonna really do no deep investigation what really happened. You ladies aware of that, right? You're more vulnerable and more at risk going outside the country with someone that's pretty much non-black that you don't know of, to be either in some type of date or some type of short-term, long-term relationship, or even go as far as if you're husband and wife material or husband wife, to be out here outside American borders when things like this happen. Because when things like this happen, and we all know that we're black and we might not get no justice, but let's go there. You put yourself more risk leaving outside the country without seeking or getting any actual help or support to make sure that this was not no foul play, in my opinion. But like I said, when you as a black woman and you swirl out and date out and you outside the country with this unknown man, either you knew for a while or in a short time, you put yourself at risk. All right. While I read the entire thing, I'm so sorry. From what you share, it's clear how deeply you care about Ash. No, he don't care about this woman. Stop it. No, man. Let me say something. You dumb chicks. No man is going to entertain no woman that has mental illness. No woman. Do you guys hear me? No woman. If a man of any sense, which most men have, I can't speak for the dumb ones, but the ones that we're not making relationships with women that have mental problems. Hell, we're not even looking forward to even having babies with some of these women. But can I tell you have real problems, like real legit psychological problems? The only thing a man could do for you, sweetie, and listen to me good. I'm speaking as a man. For you ladies that's older than me, younger men, listen to me and listen to me well. A man will take full advantage to get his sexual needs met while he's moving on to the next woman to go either start a life or a next woman to really build her back out. This man being with this woman, knowing she has issues and that he cares, no, he does not. He's only there to get something from her. And because she's so white loving, like most you black women are, he takes full advantage because he has white skin. I'm not gonna read more of that because she wrote some stupid shit. Yeah, he definitely writes on there. Yeah. Look at this. I just finished reading the story on X. One thing I've learned from the story is to be kind to people because you never know what battle they are fighting. Sorry. Please read it completely. Explain all. This is such a tragedy. There's so many ways from childhood trauma, not being able to conceive to her past, then into Joe, being called the leader, to not being able to grieve or attend his fiance's funeral. Joe now as a publicly air their private moments and details to the world to validate his Oh my God. Next woman, Empress. You live together, right? If your parents have reached out to you, what did you do with all her fakes? Oh, that's a good question. I have them all here. I'm still paying her health insurance, cell phone bills until her parents provide me with a D certificate. I will never be reimbursed tens of thousands of dollars I spent to save her life. Man, please. Tens of thousands to save her life. She died a month ago. Cell phones and even health insurance for a month post-death cannot equate. Now I'm annoyed. Yeah, she not fall for his bull crap. And he should. I know math might be hard for you, but the med evac alone was blah, blah, blah. I'm not a mathematician, but that $10,000 is an expense. I'm assuming he meant foreign currency medical costs. So they never show you a, ooh. Did you know how hospitals work? You still have to pay the bill even if person passed away. In foreign countries, you generally have to pay upfront for the life-saving measures. Man, please. Son of a bitch. Ooh. Okay. You were her husband. You should be paying to save your wife's life. Yeah, you should. Still paying her health insurance, and she's dead to quite playing with people. Yeah. When did they get married? They didn't get married yet. They engaged. Could it have been a family starting to think her inner issues were blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm not going to read all that. You know what's funny, guys? And I'm gonna go for more. Funny how you sideline and ignore certain questions. Like, why didn't you go to her within the 13 minutes she was chatting? Knowing her mental. That's a good question. Oh, this is a good question. This is a good question. I like this question. He ain't gonna answer either. I imagine that Ashlee standing alone in the middle of the highway is so haunting. It feels like you really and more like scene from a tragic film. Man, it's from a video. Look at this. Holding your prayer. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Now I understand what's going on. There are some women that are capable for this dude, but the few women that are asked questions, he's staying very quiet. And you could tell, and I'm gonna say this for those that don't understand. Anytime a man shuts out the comment section, he knows that he's getting pushback, and a lot of people really question and not biting his bullshit. So I would agree with the guy that's doing the commentary of the video. You're gonna find some black women, and I'm gonna be fair honest. There are gonna be some black women that's gonna take this white man's side. It is what it is. You're not getting around that. Because black women look at most non-black men as gods, a vessel of superiority, beauty, and hierarchy. So anything he says is considered truthful and gold. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Let's continue to play this.
Look at the alleged text messages between them. For some reason, he can't have any of these conversations over the phone or in person. They only speak through text, even though he claimed they were together 98% of the time. And if you have some medical knowledge in general, this doesn't make sense. Keep reading and notice the black women in the comments protecting him.
Yeah. Stupid women. Look at that.
Even though she wanted a mixed-race baby so bad, the white man was looking at this purely from a financial standpoint, meaning he was looking to cash in on the divestor's social media grift. Anyway, here's where he lied in his own words. He says he got a vasectomy in late January. But according to the blog he gave an interview on, he says that Ashlee Janae found out in January she may not be able to have children. But here in his Instagram post he says she found out in March. Side by side in his own words, he mixed up the dates, forgot.
Oh my goodness! Jesus, y'all women are dumb, man. I don't. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. This dumb fucker just told on himself. Wow. Wow. Right there. He just exposed himself. Now it's evident, yeah, you did something to this woman. This is just sad. This is just sad. Very sad. The man said he had a vasectomy in March, but January she already told that she already confirmed and told him that she can't have the kid because she was already infertile. How dumb can you be? Oh my goodness. Listen, ladies, as much as I would have to admit, maybe the white man is better suited for black women. Maybe they are a better match. Now I think about it. They are a better fit. I ain't gonna lie. They are a better fit. Now I think about it. And let me keep playing this to wrap this portion of the video up.
What he said and knows black women won't care to notice. He is moving like a murderer.
Yeah.
Under his Instagram post, this is where he throws her divestor mom under the bus. Read the post and the comments.
I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, guys, not gonna see it. I'm not gonna read all this because I read snippets of it, and there's too many women that's not really using their intelligence, and that's why I don't fall in love with this. Say you're black and educated. You're dumb. Stop it. You're supposed to be. If you're so educated, if we want to be honest, you're supposed to pick on every detail and question everything. You're not questioning a goddamn thing. This man will just post them on social media, and you take it like gospel. Tells you how much delusional a lot of black men are. noticing all this now. It makes me question a lot of things now. The text don't make sense. Hell, a lot of things he put up don't make sense. It's about for you to just shut the hell up and stay silent. Just to cover up so you can go out here in the streets and blow the back out a lot of more ignorant, stupid black women. Man, y'all women stupid, man, for real. Can't be this damn dumb. Cannot be this damn dumb.
I guess no one really likes divestors, not their kids, their white husbands, or their own families. Even white men who are with black women don't really fuck with other white men who are with black women. In his post, he insinuates that her mom was abusive and neglectful, which could be true because the only sibling that decided to prostitute themselves was the dark-skinned divestor who lived with her divestor mom. That's not a coincidence. Look at what this divestor said under his post. She threw her mom under the bus, and he commented, bullseyes.
Yeah.
He also has black women in his comments believing he paid for everything.
Stupid.
You the lengths he is going to in order to clear his name? He knows that other divestors will support his narrative.
Yeah, and
he probably has a line of black women in his DMs.
He does.
If you read that blog, he clearly has a vendetta against black people but knew the only way to get his money up was to entertain black women. He did say that everything you saw on social media was fake.
Yeah.
It was staged.
Yeah.
And ChatGPT clearly was Ashlee Janae's best friend.
Sad.
She spoke to ChatGPT more than she spoke to the white man or her other divestor prostitute friends. I guess he divestor mom was too busy competing with Ashlee Janae to give her any advice about dating white men. The only thing she learned about white men was to throw box at them and hope for the best. I bet you Ashlee Janae's mom did not expect this from the white man, and where is her white husband to protect her?
No, Ashlee did not expect nothing up because her white mother is white worship. Now they said that Ashlee and her parents are not ADOS. They're like tethers from I think Haiti. But it makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. You know, she up here, you know, busting wide open for other groups of men because her mother busted wide open for other groups of men. I mean, her husband or Ashlee's actual father moved on and married another black woman. The mother go out there and she gonna marry a white man, and with this man since, and not the best looking, but you know, who's keeping track? But this dude is white. That's all that matters. And yeah, she's gonna be abusive because anytime you as a woman around present of her white zaddy, you're in competition because he's gonna really want to screw you and the mother. My parents are on my ish. Listen, I don't. Yeah, so.
Her daughter's white John is saying you are a shit mother while your white husband silently agrees by not protecting you.
Yeah.
Joe McCann is doing a good job exposing divestors.
Yeah.
He is making money off her death.
Yeah.
Links are in the...
Yeah, making money off her deletion. Sad. That's pretty sad. But what to expect? If you're divesting, you're going to be divesting, and you don't care how you divest. As long as you got that Mr. Charlie or Zaddy, and then in hopes to that Zaddy will shoot up the club and give you the miracle, mystical, non-mixed baby. All this for white. It's disturbing, in my opinion. Very disturbing. But you know, it is what it is. Who's putting links? Who's this? All right, enough of this. That's the last time they're putting. It will be removed. All right, so now what I'm going to do now, is I'm gonna run some videos of some gentlemen, and the one I'm gonna run here is a very important one because this one black woman talking about saying how her and non-black men are equally yoked. That's the first video. I'm not gonna run all of this, but I'm gonna run enough of it by M. He's gonna explain it in more detail. Let's go.
You want to know what's crazy? That is actually weird that you say that when black women and white men are more or so equally yoked in the grander scheme of things. No shade, LT.
Black women and white men are more equally yoked.
Equally yoked.
I know y'all probably both like, what the hell? But that's
Explain your math.
And again, remember she said that she was taken out of context because they only put a clip of this. This is what she said.
I'm not saying it in the sense of equally yoked like that, because
So that's not my music. That's from their podcast. Here we go.
this is the conversation that you have to have with people who understand.
Yeah, we don't understand.
I understand.
You do?
I'm trying.
Here's the thing. When you look at where black women fall, at least
So this is probably what she's citing. Because when you see black women are more likely to be breadwinners, that's not a bad thing. You guys remember this headline? There was a lot of black women that was going on record saying that black women are the breadwinners of the black community. But when you actually read it, it's at the top there. Pew found 1 in 4 black wives out-earned their husbands. 1 in 4. So that's the headline that they went with. It's crazy, right? Here we go.
household wise, head of household, education, leading the education right now.
You see that? You see how many outlets reported this? Black women are more likely to be breadwinners. That's not a bad thing. Black women read this and they automatically took it as black women are the majority breadwinners when it's only 1 out of 4 black women. Okay.
The responsibilities that we have, most of the time, that's where white men serve, or we're a little bit closer to each other in understanding. Whereas,
So hold on.
Hey, don't you do it.
I hate.
Don't say nothing.
I don't like
This is not some shit. No. All the black men in this room, we not about to debate this. We gonna let her finish this shit and we gonna move on.
No. This not saying
I'm debating this shit.
No, the fuck you ain't. We'll be here all damn day.
I don't do the swirl. Let me put that out there. I don't do the swirl. I didn't.
So even with, and that's one of the things that I hate, even when black women who say that they don't swirl or whatever, they're championing this notion.
Media man, my brother, you should be more intelligent than this. We gotta be better than this. Any black woman that's either advocate, champion, or whatever you want to call it, a black woman and they're dating Meredith with other groups of men and saying that they are more equally yoked and they have, by dating these men, they're gonna have a better return and a higher chance of being and securing a relationship which will hopefully end with marriage, that they're going to have this long-term relationship with these non-black men, and in return this non-black man is going to reward them with that mystical, magical mixed race baby by sticking their phallus and busting nuts and shooting up the club, which they will eventually take that seed of another group of men and then hence fruit bring out seed of that man and thus have a mixed child, right? The child be a mixed boy or a mixed girl. That is the end game that majority, and I'm not saying something now, majority black women are seeking. So her coming on this podcast telling these gentlemen that, we're more equal if we date outside our race. You black men, we're not compatible. We're not even, so we dealing with you is like a it's like a downshift. It is a step down. We're not equally yoked because I'm going to leave you because you're not white. Do you hear what I said? I'm going to leave you because you're not white. You don't make enough, allegedly. I'm going to leave you. You don't let me do what I want. I'm going to leave you. Hell, you're not going to give me that mixed child what I want, so I'm going to leave you. It's one way or the other that they try to make an excuse for their bullish to divest to you and then try to throw it in your face. That's something that a lot of black men should pay attention, keep in mind. So don't be fooled that it said, or what she's telling you that she don't date out. You're busting wide open, baby. We don't care if you're dating out. You're sleeping out with other groups of men, including some black men that you might be attracted to. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. Real talk. Because now you're looking goofy out here. I don't know if I got the soundbite. If I had the soundbite, I'll find it. But hey, let's keep playing.
Where did she get this from? That white men and black women are more aligned. I'm pretty sure she probably heard that, you know, that false narrative that black women and white men have the least divorces. You know, that vintage data that I debunked a while ago. The most quoted statistic in black women's
cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
Fools.
Conversations. And I quote, black wife/white husband marriages are 44% less likely to end in divorce than white wife, white husband couples over the same period.
Cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
Bureau, black wife/white husband marriages have the lowest rates of divorce.
Cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
Panel show on every pod.
Like, really? Stop the cap, please. Stop the cap. You're looking and sound dumb, ladies. This is all delusion in the highest grandeur. The fact that you're at 30%. No, you're more like less than that. You're like less than 1 point something. Let's continue. Sound dumb.
Podcast where black women don't like black men. They have quoted this statistic multiple times. And nobody has ever fact-checked them. But you know who did? I did. The report was found on Wikipedia, which is essentially what they were quoting. But it says that it's from the Census Bureau, so it has to be true. Wiley article reported that these findings from a 2002 national survey of family growth. So black women are quoting an article that was 23 years ago? Yes. 23 years ago, black women. So every time you get your dumb asses on these panel shows, every time you get your dumb asses on this podcast and you quote this dumbass statistic, it's 23 fucking years old, you stupids.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up! God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
Man, listen, you can't get any slower than this. Very disappointing, a lot of black women. They're seeking some out, and they're going to find any image or any information and turn it against this committee like they're doing a whole lot better. Their outcomes are a whole lot better, and life is good. But when we look at and look underneath the hood, we seeing something different. And that says otherwise. Damn. All right, let's go.
What's wrong with y'all? Y'all supposed to be the most educated, right? The black women who hate black men. Y'all the most educated, and you quoting a 23-year-old statistic?
They're not.
Cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
Motherfuckers. What's wrong with y'all? Making all y'all asses look stupid out here. That's still hot in these, relationship streets. Black women love quoting that. So I'm pretty sure that's probably what she's trying to quote, but she's doing a horrible job of explaining herself, even though she was in the chat telling people to watch the full video. This is the full video. You guys let me know if you heard something different.
Who are black men equally yoked with then? Who we down there with?
Why y'all?
Yeah, who are we equally yoked? Let's see if she answered that.
Why are we doing that?
I'm just saying, if black women and white men.
I'm not saying it in the sense of like that makes sense.
So y'all make the best space partners together.
No.
So she didn't answer that. That was actually a good question by Carlos. Who are we more aligned with? She didn't answer.
Oh, because see, this is why I'm really trying to tread lightly.
No, don't tread lightly.
You stepped in it.
Yep.
I didn't step in it.
All I'm like, I know you got a long explanation. I'm just saying. So if white men and black women got a lot in common, who do black men?
It's not about saying about having a lot in common. When you look at,
you ain't let me
I'm
finish
talking about power dynamics.
Okay. Well, who are black men? Who is that?
Y'all almost missed that. She said black women and white men have more in common because of power dynamics. Again, she is under the impression that black women are just doing so much better than black men. So she's like, since black women are leading the black community, white men are leading their community, so we're more so aligned. And that's when the ignorance comes in. Black people don't like to do their research on these topics because simply saying that black women are doing so much better than black men, that's lazy. And it's easy. It's easy to put out there because typically back in the day, black men didn't have anything to say about that. They just took it and moved on. Even though they probably knew it wasn't true, they didn't say anything. And that's why one of the main reasons why you see a lot of black people say that black men shouldn't have podcast mics, because all these lies that they spread are being easily debunked. If you just do a quick Google search, statistically, based on this data set and the factors that matter in long-term relationships, black men come out as better dating prospects overall in 9 out of the 12 categories. They are less burdened by student loan debt, earning more and more likely to make 6 figures, less likely to be overweight or already parenting, more likely to own more businesses and be married, demonstrating commitment, as I stated. Yes, black women are better educated and far less likely to be incarcerated, which are huge positives, especially in professional and legal stability context. But when it comes to total dating market readiness, financials, freedom, family obligations, and health, the data favors black men. But I'll put a caveat in here. This is a statistical generalization. Individual character, communication, emotional health, and personal values matter far more in actual dating success than averages. I made sure to mention that because when Kevin Samuels used to present his high value thing, people used to always say, well, what about character? Brother, we can't quantify that. Everybody be acting a fool out here sometimes, okay? So you got to figure that out for yourself. I did that video about the LGBTQ population and the gay black men going at black men for some odd, or heterosexual black men for some odd reason. That one dude that put out there saying that, yeah, on averages, you know, black women are the better option.
And I hear about black women who are just focused on dating black men.
Brother, here are the statistics. And I encourage.
Make sure you guys like the stream, share the stream, you know, hype this video at the end of it. We're going to go in. And, you know, I'm not sure if he's going to play the little weirdo man that's going to talk about some things. So it's like this, man. In this dating thing, right? And I noticed one person wrote about Facebook dating marketing. Online dating as it stands is really for easy access. Because when people go look for mates online, what are you really looking for? Because let us check. Most people are not really looking to be husband wives. And if you have a certain age as a woman looking for a husband at 30s and up, I mean, you're only going to get a man that's going to probably blow your back out at this point, because no man's going to take a 30-year-old seriously. Is there exceptions to this rule or an exceptional woman? Possibly. But anytime you're in a dating field and you're that old, we got to question our things. But overall, most men, they stay on the fence because, if they get access to them, it's easier. If they can not, it's not the end of the world. Most men I consider just gonna throw all in all and eventually deal with a woman here in the West that really doesn't value him. So, and eventually if she don't value him, she's obviously gonna take everything out of him and take more. So keep that in mind, gentlemen. Keep that in mind. Let's go.
People to fact check. As of now, black men are the better dating/marriage option. So that's what she's trying to say, but she's doing a piss poor job of explaining herself. Here we go.
Companion then. Who we got?
Are you speaking in general?
I'm saying if that's the dynamic.
I'm speaking of when it comes to interracial relationships.
Oh.
I'm not speaking like, oh, no.
Oh, okay.
No, not at all.
That's cool.
I feel like
so even that it's still, so she's saying just for interracial relationships, that still doesn't make any sense, because we all know that white men choose black women last. It's white women first at the highest majority, 90%. Over 90% of white men marry white women. I know that's a shocker to black women, but every race of men tend to prefer their own. And then after they go from white women, they go to Hispanic women, and then they go to Asian women. And then black women are last. You know, black women and white men is the lowest marital pairing among all races and genders.
I want that to sink in. And then rewind it back briefly so y'all can see what he's talking about.
Black women last. It's white women first at the highest majority, 90%. Over 90% of white men marry white women.
Are you speaking in general?
I'm saying if that's the dynamic.
I'm speaking of when it comes to interracial relationships.
Oh.
I'm not speaking like, oh, no.
Oh, okay.
No, not at all.
That's cool.
I feel like
so even that it's still, so she's saying just for interracial relationships, that still doesn't make any sense.
That makes sense to me.
Because we all know that white men choose black women last. It's white women first at the highest majority, 90%. Over 90% of white men marry white women.
Yeah.
I know that's a shocker to black women, but every race of men tend to prefer their own. And then after they go from white women, they go to Hispanic women, and then they go to Asian women. And then black women are last. You know, black women and white men is,
as you can see the list here, given the evidence that pairing white men plus black women is indeed among the least common interracial marriage groups pairing in the U.S., especially compared to white men plus Hispanic women, which most Hispanic women are white. White men, Asian women, which some Asians are mostly white. There are some yellow women, but they're mostly white if you look at them good. And black men and white women are third. So
is the lowest marital pairing among all races and genders, to the tune of 0.5% of married white men are married to black women. The statistic that black women and white men marriages are less likely to get divorced is severely outdated, and the sample size is based off less than 0.3% of married white men married to black women in 2002. That 0.3%, you can actually see it, is actually quoted in that Wikipedia article. And it was actually, I believe it was from 2010. It went up to 0.5 white men married to black women in 2015. There's another report out there that I've quoted before. So from 2010 to 2015, white men increased their marital rate to black women by 0.2%. And that was in 2015. Okay? That is the lowest marital pairing among all interracial marriages. So how would white men know that black women are more aligned with them? Because it sure ain't showing up in the statistics. And I know sometimes this hurts black women, to hear. But white men are attracted to black women. they know that y'all are attracted to them, and they hitting that thing and they moving on.
I do not hate pink people. I just dislike shit that pink people do. Like that whole thing with, you know, the pink dudes, you know, telling me, oh yeah, you know, I like, you know, black women too. Whole time, a lot of them don't like black women. They might be sexually attracted to black women, but they don't like them. And that's what a fetish is right there. Like, for real, like, you are sexually attracted to a person, but you really ain't trying to have no relationship with them. You just want to try something.
I've quoted this book before, but I want you guys to go take a look at it. The Dating Divide, where white men were interviewed about their views on black women, and the results were plainly clear. And I quote, given that black women get very little interest from white men, experiences like Deborah's suggest that even paltry interest may be driven by prurient interest. White men we interviewed confirmed the notion that black women were both highly sexual and unstable for long-lasting relationships. Translation, they'll sleep with you, but they don't see you as wife material. I want black women to go read the Dating Divide book. Get this book. Y'all like to read, right? Read this book, okay? This will tell you everything that you need to know. But if you don't like to read, get a Reddit account. Get a Reddit account and type in black women, white men. Let me know what you find. Matter of fact, download some of the pictures that I saw when I was doing research over there, and let me know what you find. And you let me know how white men really feel about black women once you download a Reddit account. Or you can go on X. Okay? That's all I'm saying.
Black men and black women need to be
some
together.
options, man, because black men, we really go, we pair well with anybody.
What?
Black men can fuck with anybody.
Mm-hmm. You like black women though?
Nigga, what else do I know?
Okay, perfect.
Well, what else do
I don't see nothing else.
Man, a black man can make that shit work with whoever.
And he's actually not lying. 1 out of 5 every married black man is married to a non-black woman.
Fuck with any.
I don't want to make it work with anything but a black woman.
No, well, that's your bit.
And you see, like, they're a little bit older, I think. So we still have that notion. Yeah, man, I still love black women, but these young dudes, nah.
All right.
Either way. Shout out to whoever you're dealing with. Times are hard. Fuck with somebody. I don't give a fuck what color they are. You need somebody that you can at least borrow a couple dollars from when shit get hard.
Yeah, you know. But my least favorite, I'll say this and then we're gonna dip on. But I only watch Love Island.
Watch this. I'm glad he brought this up because y'all was laughing at me in the chat when I put that video out there about that Love Island couple, Olandria and Nick. That means a lot to black women. And I don't think those two understand that they have a lot of weight on their shoulders. Listen, watch what he says.
But I hate that show.
Like Nick and Olandria. Like that.
I don't, but you got to slow down because I don't know that white man name. But I think that fine ass black woman ain't got no business being with that white man.
That's her
But
business.
here, okay, so if we go real quick, if we gonna use them as an example, right? You watched a black man get on Love Island and play in that girl face. Everybody, if you really watch Love Island,
You see how everything is always the black man's fault.
Hold on, but it wasn't.
That don't justify her being with him.
Hold on. Let me say what I'm trying to say.
You too passionate. You too passionate.
No.
I don't even know this shit.
I just want to use this as an example.
So you see how she was defending Nick and Olandria. She was simply saying that, and hold on, before we even go into that, y'all have told me in the chat that on that Love Island show, Nick tried to get with like 3 other women before he decided to get with Olandria.
Nick explored everybody that he wanted to explore. Couldn't nobody control Nick. Nick did what he wanted to do in that villa. That's why he tried to kick Hood out twice and still was smiling in her face. He did what he wanted to do. He was with Bella A. Then he wanted Sierra, so he got with Sierra. He stayed with Sierra, but he still explored other people. Sierra was like, I don't even want you to be exploring all these bitches. And he like, I'm still going to explore the bitches, honey, because I'm here for the bitches. So if he really wanted to explore Olandria, I don't know why it's not sinking into y'all head that he would have. I also don't understand why y'all don't think that Olandria is to blame for her experience as well. Taylor stood up to get to know Sierra. At that point, Olandria should have did what she needed to do, but she did what she wanted to do. And what she wanted to do was be up under Taylor.
Am I correct on that? So she's only pointing out the fact that Olandra didn't work with a black man. And I may have to go do my research on this show. But from what y'all told me, the guy Nick had tried to get with 3 other women that weren't black women. And it didn't work. Am I correct on this? They just were last or something like that. And he ended up matching with her. So now they're, America's couple to black women, so to speak. But I told you guys, that couple holds a lot of weight with black women. So if they don't work, that guy, Nick, is going to get cooked.
Can I ask how you define your relationship now?
As in labels?
Yeah, if you use them. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm checking your temp this time.
Oh my goodness. No, because the way you explained it yesterday was beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah.
So wait, we're not girlfriend boyfriend yet, but it's like this thing that we've been building over time. Like I said, we've been together for 3 weeks, but at the same time, like there's 3-4 weeks, it's like we've been to Greece together, we've been working, shooting model shoots together and supporting each other, and it's just fun to be doing like life together. Like I would hate to come out of the villa and be feeling like lonely and feeling like I have to deal with all this shit by myself. But with Olandra, it's like we're just such strong support systems for each other, and like whether or not you want to call that girlfriend or boyfriend, I call that like a strong relationship. So
I don't even think he understands. Seriously. So they have to keep putting out all these pictures, and they have to go to these different places and make it seem like they're the perfect couple. But the only thing that matters is marriage. I get it. Y'all, they young, they having a good time. And I wish that all these expectations weren't put on these 2 young people. But black women love to see these types of relationships. A lot of black women, let me not say all, a lot of black women who want to swirl, so to speak, who want to divest. This is the archetype. This beautiful black woman and this white man who's taking her around the world, and they make the perfect couple. That's what they want. So again, they are 2 young people enjoying life. And if it doesn't work, then it's going to be some problems for that white man. And he didn't sign up for that. She may have. I did see the video where she was saying, seeing a dark-skinned black woman loved properly by a white man, that's a good thing.
We see men yearning for women in this day and age. And then with him being a fair-skinned male and I'm a dark-skinned female, but seeing me being loved out loud resonated with a lot of people in my community. It's like, oh, this is beautiful. Like dark-skinned black woman being yearned for and loved out loud by someone that looks like Nick. It's like, this is beautiful. Like this is like healing the world in a sense, because you don't see this often, especially not in real time.
I watched the video after I made this, my clip or whatever. So yeah, she signed up for it, but it doesn't seem like he signed up for this. It's gonna be tough, man. So we gonna see. But that was Big Homie's House TV. That young lady told people to watch the full video. I watched the full video. It didn't change my mind about what she said, but just to educate her, because I'm going to tag them in this video, don't bank on white men coming to save black women. You guys are not, you are not more equally yoked with white men. I'm not even going to do all the statistical readouts. I have a new channel for that, Medium Man Stat Clips. If you want to find the real truth about interracial marriages, just go to that page and you can find it for yourself. Okay? So I don't know where she got that from, but I'm pretty sure it's in these social media conversations. But it's a lot of ignorance floating around, and it sends black women off a cliff trying to appeal to white men, and they just looking at y'all, fucking y'all, and sending you off with a baby or 2. Yes, that happens as well. That is one of the main reasons why 61% of black women have ever mothered a child, and 46% of black men have ever fathered a child. It's because of the fact that a small percentage of black men are having children with black women, and also men of other races are having children with black women. So yeah, they getting access to y'all, but they're just not marrying you. And that's when y'all need to go to their spaces and ask why. Okay? Just trying to help you out.
Oh damn. Well. I was dozing. My apologies. Damn. I'm not dozing. Okay. Well, that's it for this, guys. I'm out of it, and I think I've let this run a little long enough. Look forward to hearing y'all thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Thank y'all for watching. Till next time. And I mean to next. Wait, actually. Matter of fact, better yet, let me run this last video. I'm gonna call it a day. All right, let's go.
People are raised to be reserved and not explain what they like. Like, for a white person to walk in a new room and say, I don't like that, is a big deal. It's a huge deal. For a black person to do that, it's totally normal. It's normal to say, I don't like that, I like this. White people would walk in and politely say, oh, no thank you, but they would never say, I don't like it. They don't do that.
This was a quick clip. I'm going to have their information on there. I believe this is a couple, a black woman and her white husband that make videos and they talk about this. But I guess she's saying this is why black women can't attract white men, because they are impolite, vocal, and black women are going to come and say, well, yeah, we're not as docile and as quiet. I think there was a video not so long ago, I'm gonna try to tag it, where she was going off about this, how white women are more subservient and they are unhappy and they let the man walk all over them. But black women, we aren't like that. We're gonna be vocal and we're gonna say things and we're gonna let them know that we're not tolerating that foolishness. We just don't go for everything like that. And on the flip side of it, you'll hear a lot of black women saying that they're divesting to white guys, especially wealthy white guys, when we all know that's bull, right? And it's no disrespect to the sisters, but white guys aren't going for that type of behavior. And that's the reason why I saw something earlier about, I forgot Buddy's name, he's a guard for the Knicks, about how 85% of the NBA is black, but the majority of the players who are married, their wives are either biracial or white or something else, because of this same exact reason. That's the reason why, but you call them sellouts, and these guys are wealthy, right? The loud, ghetto, sexy red behavior, BBL behavior, is for broke men, right? Not for the wealthy. You can't tolerate that. As much as you say that I'm going to be this way and white men love it. Yeah, if you're working at a bar or at a strip club, yeah, they'll clap you down, right, and going about their business, but they'll never wife you. Hell, for the most part, white guys aren't going to wife white women like that are just for fun. And Buddy's just saying it. We'll go in places, we're not going to express it. You guys, well, that's not true. They're Karens, they're this, that, and the third. That this is true. But this is a white man talking. He's saying basically the difference between a white woman and a black woman is that a black woman is going to basically say this, and that turns white men off. He may be sexually attracted to you, and we're not saying anything about that, because we know that of all the women across the world, that black women are the most sexualized, and they're the ones who objectify themselves the most, right? We can't get away from that. So when a lot of you say, I'll just get with a white man, or I'll just get with this, it's not a realistic thing to say, especially for marriage. You know what I mean? It's not really at all. In African countries, yeah, you got white guys going there, they're couples and things like that, but they're not bringing you back to their country a lot of times. Yeah. You can't use Lynn Whitfield, Tina Turner, a lot of these older singers who got with white men and make that the status quo, because it's really not. I got another video here that I found to be quite interesting. Let's jump into this one. Let's go.
You should be thanking black women for the fact that you can marry a white woman. I said, so even when you don't think we made your life better, we did. And he was like, nah, I know what you, I said, if it was not for, and that's damn near everything in America, if it was not for that white man wanting it, you would not have it.
Now, that's something interesting she just laid out. is because the so-called alleged black woman that married this white dude, McLovin, back in November of 1967, right? Black men will not have the opportunity to marry other groups of women. I don't know if I would say that makes sense or I agree with that. I'll say one thing. It still shows that white men still not married in a high percentage. Regardless of this one white man from some down south country bunkin decided to take on a non-white woman because he can't get no white woman. Let's be very honest, but let's hear more about this.
That white man wanted to marry a black woman. That's the only reason interracial marriage is legal. That white man wanted to live his gay life out loud. That's the only reason you got LGBTQ rights. But we missed that thinking, oh, you think you did something? Because we was fighting for equal rights. Because we paid taxes. We wasn't even fighting to be part of this stuff. We didn't fight for integration. We were literally fighting to get our vote heard because you were taking our taxes. We were never fighting to be integrated with it because we had our own. Why am I fighting to be integrated with you? We had our own stores, our own hospitals. We were making money. We had that money circulating in our neighborhood. So when I was looking, I said, we got to stop all this infighting, thinking you better because of this, and we didn't, and we celebrating all this stuff, when we really don't look at, we playing in the hands of certain things. And I look at black men, like right now, we arguing online, like when we talk about the trick daddy, and somebody asked me about that, when he was like, black women, I'm not dating no woman who under 35, and all this, and I'm looking at this black man. I don't even want to say what trick daddy look like, because but I'm looking at this like, y'all demons out here sowing dissension amongst us when we ain't got time for it. They're literally trying to erase the history our people fought for. Some of them, our grandparents.
I didn't watch that clip in its entirety till just now, and I guess she went a different route with that. We do know here in America, nothing happened without the white man, right? White man, basically, regardless of the civil rights movement, it still had to be approved by the white man. I'm not discounting anything. The black folks who fought, well, I'm about to say Roe v. Wade. Was it Loving versus whatever in Virginia or whatever? That whole case about the whole marriage, they made a whole movie about it with, what's his name? Joel, you guys know what I'm talking about. They made a whole movie about it. But this is true, what she's saying. I can't discount that. But that's just an instance in terms of that. That's not the usual. We know that my father's a white man. Sure, your father's white? Yeah, my father's a white man, but he loved black women. And in the small town that I was from, he was just clapping them up. But you think he would be seen out in public with them or marry them? No, that wasn't his thing. He just liked dealing with black women because he had money, and that's all he had to do was just give them a few dollars. And he knew that he was doing more for them than the black men that the black men were willing to do for them as well. So that's what he was doing. And that's been going on. He's not the first and he's not the last. So sisters, I'm not discounting anything in terms of a white man being potentially attracted to you. But it's really what the end goal is. What's the end goal? Just to get clapped up? You had women, I did videos of women crying because the white guy was just clapping her up in college, and then when she saw him out in public, he basically just ignored her. Who would you want to be with at the end of the day? A man who wants to be seen with you out in public, who appreciates you? Or you want to go for some fantasy of what's never going to happen? But we know that women are mentally programmed to be drawn to the fantasy and want that. But that's not really how things work. Hey. Anyway, guys.
I'll give you the answer, Mr. Wisdom. Most black women want to be better than Miss Ann and want to be up front as a standard of beauty than Miss Ann. And every black woman that interacts with non-black men, the whole end goal is, if I can't have you to be the main chick, I will do one or two things. Be the side chick, which most of them are comfortable doing and doing already, or I will want a mixed baby out of the return of this engagement. Either or. It's not always about, she's the main chick to this non-black man. Let that sink in, gentlemen. That's a food for thought. All right, that's it, guys. What's your thoughts? Leave your comments, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Sorry about what happened, but hey, you know how it goes. And please hype this video up. Until next time, guys. Chaos reign.
They like the chaos.
They like the chaos. So when you're able to
Chaos.
let that chaos reign with
Chaos.
let that chaos reign with
Chaos.
let that chaos reign with
Must reign.